The Alzheimer's disease, it's a most common age-related neurodegenerative disorders, happens in the elderly people. The memory decline usually manifests loss of a short-term memory, especially the episodic memory. The person goes for a walk and he does not find his house back. So that means he will not be able to come back to his house, and somebody has to help him. Loss of short-term memory followed by general loss of cognitive and other brain. That means the intellectual component is also lost and other functions are also lost. Manifest with the agitation, depression, need constant care, and eventually death. Because they will not be able to eat. They don't know whether they have eaten or not. They will say that I have eaten, but they don't eat. Or they may keep eating sometimes because they don't remember anything. So this is because of the loss of cholinergic neurons that connects the nucleus basalis of the main heart of the basal forebrain. The diffuse cholinergic projection goes to entire neocortex and amygdala, and thus there is a grave disease. So this is one of the things. Maybe with all your elders there, your great grandmother or something like that, they may be trying to recall you, and you may say that I am a daughter or a son of somebody. So then she will not be able to recall, and suddenly she may recall, and again she may ask, keep on doing like that. Now, what is the problem there in Alzheimer's disease? There are what are called neurofibrillary triangles. These are neurofibrillary triangles. This is the neuron. You have the neurofibrillary triangles, which are made up of part of the hyperphosphorylated tau protein, which is synthesized there, and that normally binds to microtubules. That is, the microtubule is the one which transmits the neurotransmitter synthesized in the soma. The tau protein, so that is hyperphosphorylated and it becomes condensed and it becomes precipitated there, and they make the tangles. The extracellular, in addition, there is a formation of a protein in the extracellular component. So this extracellular amyloid plaques, these are amyloid plaques, these beta amyloid peptide, so they are there and they are synthesized by the glial cells. They produced are surrounded by altered nerve fibers and glial cells, and they produce a inflammatory reaction. And especially these peptides, whatever the beta amyloid peptides, they are really toxic. Whatever they have produced, they produce a toxic events to the cell, and they kill the neurons. Maybe they kill the neurons, and that is what is the important thing, that beta amyloid peptide produces amyloid precursor protein, and this will produce the toxic chemical, or these polypeptides are toxic to the cell, and many of the neurons will die. And once they are at the same time, the neurofibrillary plaques, they are produced, the amyloid beta plaques. So these produce they aggregate and they will activate the AMPA receptors, that's a glutamate receptor, and that glutamate receptors, and also the calcium ion channels, so the calcium influx. The calcium influx results in excitotoxicity and again cellular death. So that means by 2 counts, the cells are neuronal cells are killed or dying. So that results in the loss of the neurons, and that is the way. And in addition, there is inflammatory response, and this is what happens in case of Alzheimer's disease. This is a healthy brain. You have so many gyri and sulci. You can just see that it's so nice, and you see that it is all smoothened brain, and it has become smaller because there is a loss of the neuronal cells. This is an advanced Alzheimer's brain on this side, and you have a healthy brain on this side. You can just compare the number of neurons. So that is what what happens in case of Alzheimer's disease. Now, just to give you an idea how Alzheimer's disease could be treated, the only treatment is see that they don't advance it fast. there is a slow progression and help them with whatever the symptoms they are having. So that means you require a good nursing care. You have to take care of this patient because they are forgetful. They don't remember anything. So you have to care them. And so you try to help their cognitive activities by asking them to solve certain puzzles or playing board games or whatever. So that means keep them mentally active. That's the second component, because these require nothing. It requires attention. So 100% time it's very difficult to have these attention kept with these Alzheimer's patients. So now the drugs are, because there is a cholinergic neurons are lost, you can use cholinesterase inhibitors, may help to relieve, but it may happen in case of in the beginning, but when all the neurons are lost, so this one anticholinesterase may not help because there is no acetylcholine coming up. And that then the memantine is a NMDA receptor, because there is a balance between the cholinergic and the glutamatergic transmission. So now here you can use the glutamatergic because the increased activation of the glutamatergic transmission, that is leading to the excitotoxicity or any other damage it is producing. So that means you try to decrease the glutamate activity through the NMDA receptor antagonist memantine. So now still we have the drugs which can block the beta amyloid protein. They are under development, and the vaccines are under progress. That is what the Alzheimer's disease.